Hello happy crocheters, this is Lindsay from windingroadcrochet.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make this quick and easy baby headband. For this project we need just a few things. You're going to need scissors, a yarn needle. I'm using Red Heart Super Saver yarn. It is a size 4 acrylic yarn. I'm also going to be using a size H 5mm crochet hook. And you will want something to measure your gauge because this is a sized item, and so if your gauge is off, the size will be off as well. To get started, we are going to make a slip knot and insert our hook, and you are going to make a starting chain. Now there are 4 sizes to this headband. For a small baby, it's going to be chain 67, a medium-sized baby, chain 77, a large baby, chain 87, and a toddler, chain 97, and you can find the head sizes for each of these sizes in the description box below. And this pattern has been written in a way that if you need to adjust the chain size, you can use any size chain, but the bow will always be the same size on the headband. To start row 1, we are going to work a yarn over slip stitch in the second chain from the hook. To make a yarn over slip stitch, we are going to first yarn over, insert our hook into the chain. I am working in the back bumps, but you work into it any way you'd like. Yarn over and pull your loop through your chain. You'll have 3 loops on the hook. Pull the first loop through the second and third loop on the hook. Let's go ahead and do this again. We are going to yarn over, insert our hook into the chain, yarn over, pull the loop through the chain, pull the first loop through the second and third loop on the hook. The yarn over slip stitch can also be called a half double slip stitch, and we will be using it throughout this project. So go ahead and work this yarn over slip stitch in every chain across. When you reach the end of row 1, we are going to chain 1 and turn. For rows 2 through 6, we are going to work a yarn over slip stitch in the back loop only of every stitch across. So to do this, you are going to yarn over, insert your hook down the center of the stitch and out the back so that only one loop is over your hook. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Pull the first loop through the second and third loop on the hook. And then just repeat this in every stitch across. Working in the back loops only will give us a nice ribbed texture, as well as really make this look like we have knitted it and not crocheted it. So I have finished row 2, and once again I am going to chain 1, turn, and work a yarn over slip stitch in the back loops only of every stitch across, and continue repeating this row until we have a total of 6 rows. Once you've worked a total of 6 rows, then as we work the 7th row, we are going to create a hole in which to insert our bow. To do this, we are going to chain 1 and turn, and work a yarn over slip stitch in the first 6 stitches, also working in the back loops only. Once you have your first 6 stitches worked, this will be one side of our bow. We are going to chain 4 to create a hole. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we are going to skip 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then work a yarn over slip stitch in the back loop only of every remaining stitch. And so keep working yarn over slip stitches in the back loops only all the way across till the end of this row. When you reach the end of row 7 for row 8, we will chain 1 and turn our work. We're going to work a yarn over slip stitch in the back loop only of every stitch across until we reach our chain 4 space that we made in the previous row. When you reach your chain 4 space, we are going to work 4 yarn over slip stitches around that chain space. So there's 1 and 2, 3, and 4 yarn over slip stitches, all worked in the chain 4 space. For our last 6 stitches, we are going to work the yarn over slip stitch in the back loop only of the last 6 stitches, and that will complete row 8. For rows 9 through 13, we are going to simply chain 1, turn our work, and work a yarn over slip stitch in the back loop only of every stitch across. This is going to be identical to row 2, and we just continue repeating this row until you have a total of 13 rows. So when you reach the end of row 9, you will once again chain 1 and turn and work a yarn over slip stitch in the back loops only of every stitch across, and repeat this until you have a total of 13 rows. So here I have my 13 rows complete, and I'm just going to take a new piece of yarn and cut off about 15 inches or so, and I have also went ahead and woven in my 2 ends. I'm going to take my piece and fold it in half, and then the side that does not have the hole on it, I'm going to gather that together and pull that through the side with the hole. You want to make sure that your 2 ends still line up. That way both sides of your bow is going to be the same size. At this point, you're going to take your headband and open it up so we can see both sides of the bow. And then taking that long piece of yarn, we are going to wrap it around the center of the bow and tie a double knot, gathering up the center of that bow as tight as we can. Once the knot is secure, take the rest of your yarn in and wrap it tightly around the center of the bow. You will wrap it around the center of the bow until you have very little yarn end remaining, and then you'll take that yarn end and knot it with the first yarn end on the back side of the bow and weave in your ends. Go ahead and straighten out both sides of your bow, and your baby headband is complete. I really hope you liked this tutorial. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments below, and let me know if you would like to see more baby patterns. And as always, I thank you so much for watching my video. It really helps out my channel.